I'm Rochelle Grice. I've been with Creative Community Services for 13 years. I am the Director of Teen Parent Connection. I've always loved childhood development in general. Even when I was younger, I was the first one to say, I want to babysit. I love children since I can remember. And then I've been in a lot of school settings with children as I got older, and then I had a love for teaching. I realized through teaching that I was more of an giving individual attention kind of person. It was very hard for me to just give the same curriculum or attention to all the students at once. So once I figured out I would rather focus on one individual at a time, I quickly was trying to figure out how can I do that. Eventually I was interested in behavior modification because that is a lot of one-on-one work that you do with someone. For me specifically, I try to keep my eyes, ear, and heart on every family, meaning all the teen parents, all the children that are a part of those families, and advocate on their behalf, whether they need educational services or communication with their case managers and so forth and so on. I'm consistently giving support to the life coaches in the program, coaching them and speaking with them and communicating with them on our teen parents, where they're at, what their goals are, where are we with those goals, how can we, further the process in achieving those goals that we've identified for them. And essentially, I'm monitoring parent educational services all around. So anything you think of for being a safe and stable parent is what we do. So we try to end the cycle of child abuse. Most of our teen parents have been exposed to some platform of child abuse. So we try to work with them and coach them on different parenting attitudes to prevent the cycle of child abuse occurring again. And of course, we also work with them on regular, everyday parenting skills, breastfeeding, bottle feeding, bathing, changing diapers, all that comes with having babies and toddlers, understanding childhood development and all the milestones that come with it, what to expect, including tantrums and some of that behavior stuff. So I still get to be involved in the behavior modification part too. So yeah, then in a nutshell, that's what we do. We work with the parents, we model, we facilitate child bonding activities with them, which shows them how to be a nurturing parent to the child, to facilitate those settings. What does it look like? It could be something as simple as reading a book. It could be talking to them during bath time and cooing and smiling and seeing their reaction. I wish that people knew how resilient our parents are. A lot of times, sometimes they did not necessarily plan or ask for this situation, right? And so to understand the resilience that comes behind that, with little support that they have, is amazing. What I would say is sometimes I see the connection between the teen parent and the child is so much stronger than even some of our biological families we see who have not been in foster care. They're very nurturing towards their child, and they do want to break that cycle. And I see oftentimes them trying even harder than, say, an average person who hasn't been in foster care. And when they succeed and they break that cycle, they have our team and other people in their team cheering them on and celebrating those milestones for them. And it just shows how resilient they are no matter what's stacked against them, and that they can advocate for themselves. I'm usually very impressed on their advocation skills. They don't shy away from advocating for themselves, and I think that's something that people don't know about them or they haven't seen. So I have a mom now that used to be in our program probably 6 years ago. She graduated from our program 3 years ago, and she is now what we call a mentor for our program. So when ladies leave our program, we don't like to say goodbye. So they kind of transition into this other role. They've gone through the program, they've done the work, and now they're on the other side. They're adults now. They're promoting safe and stable families on their own. They're stable. So they become more of a mentor position, and we invite them to our events and to mentor the girls that are in our program to say, hey, if you put in the work, if you stay focused, if you do these things, you can succeed. And sometimes hearing it from that person means more than coming from, say, me or a life coach who has not actually walked in their shoes. So I do have that parent who graduated 3 years ago, but when she first started in our program, she did struggle a little bit. It was hard to get her focused due to her trauma. And once we showed her that we were going to be consistent and we were there for her and we were on her side and we were coaching her to succeed, she thrived and she just caught on really quickly. And she ended up getting a certification in phlebotomy. And then she even had her own apartment in Atlanta. She had her son living with her, full custody of her child in Atlanta with no other adult supervision or support. So she was truly independent at that point. And then once she exited our program and was on her own and became a mentor, she even planned a second child and got engaged and now is happily married and does have a full circle healthy family. So all the work and talking and conversations, communication, support that we had with her is reflective now in her family. And I wish every, circumstance could be as beautiful, could be like that story. So that's what we strive for. We strive to change not only the parent's life, but the child, the toddler, the baby's life as well. In Teen Parent Connection, we coach expectant parenting, youth, and care. We coach them on parenting, life skills, educational advocacy, and bonding activities that nurture their relationship. Each week, the coaches go in their homes and work with them on being a safe and stable parent.